Shabbat Shalom, my brothers and sisters, and thank you so much for joining us here at Remnant House, the home of the strong and the very courageous. And this week's Torah reading will be a scripture reading because we go beyond just the Torah. This week's scripture reading will be Exodus chapter 6, beginning in verse 2 through 9 through verse 35, Ezekiel 28, 25 through 29-21, and Romans 9:14 through 33. And Elohim spoke unto Moshe, and said unto him, I am Yahuwah. And I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Yaakov, by the name of El Shaddai. But by my name Yahuwah was I not known unto them. And I have also established my covenant with them, to give them the land of Canaan, the land of their pilgrimage, wherein they were strangers. And I have also heard the groanings of the children of Israel, whom the Egyptians keep in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. Wherefore say unto the children of Israel, I am Yahuwah, and I will bring you out from under the burden of the Egyptians, and I will rid you out of their bondage, and I will redeem you with a stretched out arm, and with great judgments. And I will take you to me for a people, and I will be to you an Elohim. And ye shall know that I am Yahuwah your Elohim, which bringeth you out from under the burden of the Egyptians. And I will bring you into the land the which I did swear to give it to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, and I will give it to you for an inheritance. I am Yahuwah. And Moshe spake unto the children of Israel, but they hearkened not unto Moshe for anguish of spirit and for cruel bondage. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Go in, speak unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, that he let the children of Israel go out of his land. And Moshe spake before Yahuwah, saying, Behold, the children of Israel have not hearkened unto me. How then shall Pharaoh hear me, who am of uncircumcised lips? And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe and unto Aaron, and gave them a charge unto the children of Israel, and unto Pharaoh king of Egypt, to bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. These be the heads of their fathers' houses, the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanok, and Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. These be the families of Reuben. And the sons of Simeon, Jemuel, Jamin, Ohad, Yachin, and Zohar, and Shaul, the son of the Canaanitish woman. These are the families of Simeon. And these are the names of the sons of Levi, according to their generations, Gershon, Kohath, Merari. And the years of the life of Levi were 137 years. The sons of Gershom, Libni, and Shimi, according to their families. And the sons of Kohath, Amran, Ishha, Hebron, and Uziel. And the years of the life of Kohath were 133 years. And the sons of Memari, and Mahali, and Mashmushi, these are the families of Levi, according to their generations. And Amram took him Jochebed, his father's sister, to wife, and she bare him Aaron and Moses. And the years of the life of Amram were 137 years. And the sons of Ichar, Horan, Napheg, Zikri, and the sons of Uziel, Mishael, Elzaphan, and Zithri. And Aaron took him Elisheba, the daughter of Aminadab, a sister of Nashon, to wife, and she bare him Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. And the sons of Korah, Asir, Elkanah, Abiasaph, and these are the families of the Korhites. And Eleazar, Aaron's son, took him one of the daughters of Putriel to wife, and she bare him Phinehas. And these are the heads of the fathers of the Levites according to their families. And these are that Aaron and Moses, to whom Yahuwah said, Bring out the children of Israel from the land of Egypt according to their armies. These are they which spake to Pharaoh king of Egypt, to bring out the children of Israel from Egypt. And these are that Moses and Aaron. And it came to pass on the day when Yahuwah spoke unto Moses in the land of Egypt, that Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, I am Yahuwah, speak thou unto Pharaoh king of Egypt all that I say unto thee. And Moshe said before Yahuwah, Behold, I am of uncircumcised lips, and how shall Pharaoh hearken unto me? And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, See, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth mine armies, and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahuwah, when I stretch forth my hand upon Egypt, and bring out the children of Israel from among them. And Moshe and Aaron did as Yahuwah commanded them, so did they. And Moshe was 80 years old, and Aaron 83 years old, when they spake unto Pharaoh. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying, When Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, Show a miracle for you, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, Take thy rod, and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as Yahuwah had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh, and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt. They also did in like manner with their enchantments, for they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods, and he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them, as Yahuwah had said. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Pharaoh's heart is hardened, he refuses to let the people go. Get thee unto Pharaoh in the morning, lo, he goeth out unto the water, and thou shalt stand by the river's bank, against he come, and with the rod which was turned to a serpent, thou shalt take it in thine hand. And thou shalt say unto him, Yahuwah Elohim of the Hebrews has sent me unto thee, saying, Let my people go, that they may serve me in the wilderness. And behold, hitherto thou wouldest not hear. Thus saith Yahuwah, In this thou shalt know that I am Yahuwah. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in mine hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying unto Aaron, Take thy rod, and stretch out thine hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, and upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And Moshe and Aaron did so, as Yahuwah commanded, and he lifted up the rod, and smote the waters that were in the river, in the sight of Pharaoh, and in the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the river were turned to blood. And the fish that were in the river died, and the river stank, and the Egyptians could not drink of the water of the river, and there was blood throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians of Egypt did so with their enchantments, and Pharaoh's heart was hardened, neither did he hearken unto them, as Yahuwah had said. And Pharaoh turned and went into his house, neither did he set his heart to this also. And all the Egyptians dig round about the river for water to drink, for they could not drink of the water of the river. And 7 days were fulfilled. After that, Yahuwah had smitten the river. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith Yahuwah, Let my people go, that they may serve me. But if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frogs. And the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come in thine house, and in thy bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and into thine kneading troughs. And the frog shall come up both on thee, and upon thy people, and upon all thy servants. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying, Say unto Aaron, Stretch forth thine hand with the rod over the streams, over the rivers, over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up, and covered the land of Egypt. And the magician did so with their enchantments, and so brought up frogs out of the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron, and said, entreat Yahuwah that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto Yahuwah. And Moses said unto Pharaoh, Glory over me, when shall I entreat for thee, and for thy servants and for thy people, to destroy the frogs from thee and from thy houses, that they may remain in the river only? And he said, Tomorrow. And he said, Be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none other, none like unto Yahuwah our Elohim. And the frogs shall depart from thee, and from thine houses, and from thy servants, and from thy people. They shall remain in the river only. And Moshe and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried unto Yahuwah because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. And Yahuwah did according to the word of Moshe. And the frogs died out of the houses, out of the villages, and out of the fields. And they gathered them together in heaps, and the land stank. And when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart, and hearkened not unto them, as Yahuwah had said. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Say unto Aaron, Stretch out thy rod, and smite the dust of the land, that they may become lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And they did so. For Aaron stretched out his hand with his rod, and smote the dust of the earth, and it became lice in man and in beast. All the dust of the land became lice throughout all the land of Egypt. And the magicians did so with their enchantments to bring forth lice, but they could not. So they were lice upon man and upon beast. Then the magician said to Pharaoh, This is the finger of Elohim. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he hearkened not unto them, as Yahuwah had said. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, Thus saith Yahuwah, Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else if thou wilt not let my people go, behold, I will send swarms of flies upon thee, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine houses, and the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies, and also the ground whereon they are. And I will sever in that day the land of Goshen, in which my people dwell, that no swarm of flies shall be there, to the end that thou mayest know that I am Yahuwah in the midst of the earth. And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be. And Yahuwah did so, and there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies. And Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron, and said, Go ye, sacrifice to your Elohim in the land. And Moses said, It is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to Yahuwah our Elohim. Lo, we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes, and will they not stone us? We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness, and sacrifice to Yahuwah our Elohim, as he shall command us. And Pharaoh said, I will let you go, that you may sacrifice to Yahuwah your Elohim in the wilderness. Only you shall not go very far away. Entreat for me. And Moses said, Behold, I go out from thee, and I will entreat Yahuwah, that the swarm of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully any more, in not letting the people go to sacrifice to Yahuwah. And Moses went out from Pharaoh, and he entreated Yahuwah. And Yahuwah did according to the word of Moses, and he removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, and from his servants, and from his people. There remained not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also, neither would he let the people go. Then Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Go in unto Pharaoh, and tell him, Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of Yahuwah is upon thy cattle, which is in the field, upon the horses, upon the asses, upon the camels, upon the oxen, upon the sheep. There shall be a very grievous murrain. And Yahuwah shall sever between the cattle of Israel and the cattle of Egypt, and there shall nothing die of all that is the children of Israel. And Yahuwah appointed a set time, saying, Tomorrow Yahuwah shall do this thing in the land. And Yahuwah did that thing on the morrow, and all the cattle of Egypt died, but of the cattle of the children of Israel died not one. And Pharaoh sent, and behold, there was not one in the cattle of the Israelites dead. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. And Yahuwah said unto Moses and unto Aaron, Take to you handfuls of ashes of the furnace, and let Moses sprinkle it toward the heaven in the sight of Pharaoh. And it shall become small dust in all the land of Egypt, and it shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon man and upon beasts throughout all the land of Egypt. And they took ashes of the furnace and stood before Pharaoh. And Moses sprinkled it up toward heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon a man and upon beasts. And the magicians could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boil was upon the magicians and upon all the Egyptians. And Yahuwah hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he hearkened not unto them, as Yahuwah had spoken unto Moshe. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning, and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thine heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people. Thou mayest know that there is none like me in the earth. For now I will stretch out my hand, that I might smite thee and thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from the earth. And in this very deed, for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all the earth. As yet exaltest thou thyself against my people, that thou wilt not let them go? Behold, tomorrow about this time I will cause it to rain a very grievous hail, such as not been in Egypt since the foundation thereof, even till now. Send therefore now, and gather thy cattle and all that thou hast in thy field, for upon every man and beast which shall be found in the field shall not be brought home. The hail shall come down upon them, and they shall die. He that feared the word of Yahuwah among the servants of Pharaoh made his servants and his cattle flee into the houses. And he that regarded not the word of Yahuwah left his servants and his cattle in the field. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Stretch forth thine hand toward heaven, that there may be hail in all the land of Egypt, upon a man, and upon beasts, and upon every herb in the field, throughout the land of Egypt. And Moshe stretched forth his rod toward heaven, and Yahuwah sent thunder and hail, and fire ran along upon the ground. And Yahuwah rained hail upon the land of Egypt. So there was hail and fire mingled with hail, very grievous, such as was none like it in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hail smote every herb of the field, and brake every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hail. And Pharaoh sent and called for Moses and Aaron, and said unto them, I have sinned this time. Yahuwah is righteous, and I and my people are wicked. Entreat Yahuwah, for it is enough, that there be no more mighty thunderings and hail, and I will let you go, and ye shall stay no longer. And Moshe said unto him, As soon as I am gone out of the city, I will spread abroad my hands unto Yahuwah, and thunder shall cease. Neither shall there be any more hail, that thou mayest know how that the earth is Yahuwah's. But as for thee and thy servants, I know that ye will not yet fear Yahuwah Elohim. And the flax and barley was smitten, for the barley was in the ear, and the flax was bold. But the wheat and the rye were not smitten, for they were not grown up. And Moses went out of the city from Pharaoh, and spread abroad his hands unto Yahuwah, and the thunders and hail ceased, and the rain was not poured upon the earth. And when Pharaoh saw that the rain and hail and thunders were ceased, he sinned yet more, and hardened his heart, he and his servants. And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, neither would he let the children of Israel go, as Yahuwah had spoken by Moses. Ezekiel 28, verse 25 through 29, verse 21. Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, When I shall have gathered the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathen, then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Yaakov. And they shall dwell safely therein, and shall build houses and plant vineyards, yea, they shall dwell with confidence, when I have executed judgments upon all those that despise them round about, and they shall know that I am Yahuwah their Elohim. In the 10th year, in the 10th month, in the 12th day of the month, the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Pharaoh king of Egypt, and prophesy against him, and against all Egypt. Speak and say, Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, Behold, I am against thee, Pharaoh king of Egypt, the great dragon that lieth in the midst of his rivers, which hath said, My river is mine own, and I have made it for myself. But I will put hooks in thy jaws, and I will cause the fish of thy rivers to stick unto thy scales, and I will bring thee up out of the midst of the rivers, and all the fish of the rivers that shall stick unto thy scales. And I will lead thee thrown into the wilderness, thee and all the fish of thy rivers. Thou shalt fall upon the open fields, thou shalt not be brought together, nor gathered. I have given thee for meat to the beasts of the field, and to the fowls of heaven. And all the inhabitants of Egypt shall know that I am Yahuwah, because they have been a staff of reed to the house of Israel. And when they took hold of thee by thy hand, thou didst break, and rend all their shoulder, and when they leaned upon thee, thou breakest, and madest all their loins to be at a stand. Therefore, thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, Behold, I will bring a sword upon thee, and cut off man and beast out of thee. And the land of Egypt shall be desolate and waste, and they shall know that I am Yahuwah, because he hath said, The river is mine, and I have made it. Behold, therefore, I am against thee, and against thy rivers, and I will make the land of Egypt utterly waste and desolate, from the tower of Syene even unto the border of Ethiopia. No foot of man shall pass through it, nor foot of beast shall pass through it, neither shall it be inhabited 40 years. And I will make the land of Egypt desolate in the midst of countries that are desolate, and her cities among the cities that are laid waste shall be desolate 40 years. And I will gather the Egyptians among the nations, and will disperse them through the countries. Yet thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, At the end of 40 years will I gather the Egyptians from the people whither they were scattered, and I will bring again the captivity of Egypt, and will cause them to return into the land of Pathros, into the land of their habitation, and they shall be there a base kingdom. It shall be the basest of the kingdoms, neither shall it exalt itself any more above the nations, for I will diminish them, that they shall no more rule over the nations. And it shall be no more the confidence of the house of Israel, which bringeth their iniquity to remembrance, when they shall look after them, but they shall know that I am Yahuwah Elohim. And it came to pass in the 7th and 20th year, in the 1st month, in the 1st day of the month, the word of Yahuwah came unto me, saying, Son of man, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, caused his army to serve a great service against Tyrus. Every head was made bald, and every shoulder was peeled. Yet had he no wages, nor his army, for Tyrus, for the service that he had served against it. Therefore thus saith Yahuwah Elohim, Behold, I will give the land of Egypt into Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon, and he shall take her multitude, and take her spoil, and take her prey, and it shall be the wages for his army. And I have given him the land of Egypt for his labor, wherewith he served against it, because they wrought for me, saith Yahuwah Elohim. In that day will I cause the horn of the house of Israel to bud forth, and I will give thee the opening of the mouth in the midst of them, and they shall know that I am Yahuwah. Romans 9. And what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Elohim? Elohim forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Elohim that showeth mercy. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, Even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I may show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will he hardeneth. Thou wilt say unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Nay, but, O man, who art thou that repliest against Elohim? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, Why hast thou made me thus? Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? What if Elohim, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory, even us, whom he hath called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. And he saith also in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living Elohim. Isaiah also crieth concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. For he will finish the work, cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will Yahuwah make upon the earth. And as Isaiah said before, except the Lord of Sabbath had left us a seed, we had been as Sodom, and been like unto Gomorrah. What shall we say then? That the Gentiles, which followed not after righteousness, have attained to righteousness, even the righteousness which is of faith? But Israel, which followed after the law of righteousness, hath not attained to the law of righteousness. Wherefore? Because they saw it not by faith, but as it were by the works of the law. For they stumbled at that stumbling stone. As it is written, Behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone and a rock of offense, and whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. Shabbat shalom, my brothers and sisters.